Hello, I'm Chris. This is Gross Models. Welcome to issue 100 of Building the Batmobile from 1966. In this issue, we are attaching the first door, and then we're going to start building the next door over the next few issues. But we're looking at this episode 100 from season 3 with King Tut again. There we go. That's what we got with that. It is the one where Batman fools the world with his dummy twin. Fake Batman, obviously, at some point there. The man who replaced Batman, I don't know who that was. Deadshot, maybe? Possibly. Mentioned Deadshot, I saw that word. I Am Suicide in Batman 17. Central role in an expansive crossover event. Okay. So obviously proposing to Catwoman, well, looks at it, maybe. Yes, Batman finally asked Catwoman to marry him. With the issue left on a cliffhanger. Right, Dark Knight's Metal. I don't know about that. That's strange. But this is what we got today. We've got the interior panel of the door, the hinge part, and the door handle. So we put the trim into the door, attach that in place, patch the door handle, and then put the trim on the inside of the door. Then we fit the bracket to the frame, and then the door to the bracket. I might do things in a slightly different order than that, rather than having the whole thing on the bench here again, but we'll see. And that is the result. That's how it will look after this issue. So let me clear the bench. Let's get straight to it. Okay, so I have the parts that we've received this time, the interior piece, the hinge and stuff. The bit from before, the trim, which I'm going to be attaching momentarily. I need a screwdriver for that. So that goes in there just like that. And we have AP screws to hold that in place. We've got a whole bundle of AP screws for this. So let's get 3 of those out, because we only need 3 to attach this bit. And they are attached in the 3 places you could imagine. One down there, one up there, and one right in the middle, holding that pointy bit together. Let's get all of those tightened up and we will be done. Obviously not structural, this part, in any way, so it doesn't need to be ridiculously tight, but it just needs to be tight enough to stop it wobbling around. So there we go, that is that. We need 2 more AP screws in a moment. And we're going to need a few more than that, apart from that, so I'll get a few more out anyway. Right, we're going to fit the door handle piece through there, and then that bracket holds it in place over the top like so, and that's got some movement there. And the 2 screws I mentioned a moment ago are going to hold that bracket on there, making sure that it's got the door handle piece in the right place as well. So we get that on there, tighten that down most of the way, and then get the other side in place as well. All good stuff so far, so good. That is that. Make sure they are secure on that. So then we've got our door handle, which slides one way or the other, and we have the big silver blob that goes onto the end of that. It doesn't appear to be directional, it's just a tight fit. There we go. So we've got the door handle on there, which, yeah, it does a thing, but we don't need to worry about that. Then we're going to attach that to our door internal, which needs another 4 screws. I got just the right number out. How cool is that? So the 4 of those will go in place like that. Let me just check ahead a moment. Yeah, that's the end of those. We've got a load of those screws, but we're not using all of those. I'll keep those safe, but we might need them later. That one there. And that one there. And that finishes our door. Because obviously there's no window controls or anything on this, because he doesn't have any windows on the side of his car. They're open. So there we go with that. I'll get the last one of those tightened up on there. And that finishes off Batman's door. We're going to need EM screws for the rest of it. We need 6 of those. There are 4 that will hold this bracket onto the body, and 2, getting a couple of spares on that, which will hold the bracket onto the car like that. So what I'm going to do is attach this to the bracket first, because it's easier to do that while I've got that here. So that's on there, one in the top, one in the bottom, creating a hinge. There we go. So I'll get those tightened down as well. Then I just need to attach this to the body of the car, which I'll do now, but I'll do off camera because I can't get the car in the right angle to do that. But I'll show you what it looks like when it's attached and make sure that it does in fact work. Right, there we go. That is the door attached. And it's got a bit of wobble to it, but I can't do anything about that. That's just built into the hinge, I think. I should try tightening those up a bit more, but it does work and closes, and obviously looks pretty damn good. It's got that line to the edge there. So there we go. That is another issue done, and I'm quite happy with how it's coming together, thank you. I shall put this aside for a few issues till we need it again to put the other door on. But first, we've got to build the other door, so we'll be doing that next. So thanks for watching this one. I'll see you for more very soon. Bye-bye for now.